Hey gang, Master Brown here. Just getting used to it. I think we're all going to have a little trouble getting used to it. This is one of those that was handmade for me by a friend of my wife, and it's got a pocket in it for me to put a HEPA filter in it. Pretty cool. And so I can change the filter out every day. It's pretty awesome. Guys, we actually have some of these that were made by one of our black belts, Leslie Wiedenroth, and she made them kid size. And so, well, some of them. And so we have those here. We also have some KN95 surgical masks that were provided for us by one of our vendors, Asia World Martial Arts. They do a lot of our uniforms and stuff too. So, hey, today's the day. Today is the 18th, and we are reopening today. Thought I would kind of give a quick tour. There's a sign back here in the back that we had specially made. So everybody will get the point as they come up to the back door. Exit only, please use front door. And so you'll be using the front door all the way up there. As you come in, Miss Chevis will be up there. She'll take your temperature. She is also going to sanitize your hands and take your attendance. You will stay 6 feet apart because, guys, not because you're sick and not because we think you're sick, but you could be asymptomatic, which means you don't have symptoms of this and still be carrying it. And then there's other people that, I mean, let's say you expose that to me. All right, I do all the grocery shopping for my parents who are not young chickens anymore. And I would really like for them to not die of this. And I think that you would probably want that as well. And so let's make sure that you're not bringing it to us and that we're not passing it on to anyone else. So if you're sick, stay home. Okay, we would like you to wash your hands before you get here. Sanitation is just to make sure we get one last little bit before we get in. Once you're in, you can see actually, here I'll show you, we got spots on the floor for people to stand as they wait their turn to get up here and do this thing. Once everybody's in, the front door will be locked. Nobody's allowed in. And it's because we don't want people, we got to keep our numbers down for a while. And then you'll go put your shoes up, you'll jump out on the floor, you can see the floor's got everything separated out into 6 foot squares, so you got your own 6 foot square. We still have the TV and everything set up because we're going to still continue to do the virtual classes for those people that are high risk or just aren't comfortable being in public yet, whichever, and that's totally cool. We're kind of excited to try to do both again like we did before this thing started. But we ask that you, before you get here, go ahead and have your uniform on. And I know I tell you guys all the time, don't wear your belt outside the studio. Go ahead and put it on too. We really can't safely tie your belt for you like we have been doing. So because we've got, that's social distancing there. I have sent out an email that shows how to tie your belt. Go and practice. Practice as many times as you need to, not till you get it right, but until you no longer get it wrong, okay? And then get really good at tying your belt. White belts should know how to tie their belt, honestly. You know, we've been kind of letting it go for a long time, but at this point we really can't. You need to learn to tie your belt. All right, make sure you wear shoes because we don't want your dirty feet in here. And once, parents, we'd like for you to wait in the car. You're welcome to come in. I'm never ever going to tell parents, no, you can't watch your kid, because I wouldn't tolerate that. But you are welcome to wait in the car, and it makes it a little bit so we keep our numbers where we're supposed to according to the state. And we won't be selling waters. We won't be selling snacks. You have to bring your own water if you're going to need one, or just wait till you get home. Go to the bathroom before you leave the house. Be prepared to go when you get home. Our bathrooms there's only 2 that are going to be open, and they will be cleaned after each use. And so we would really prefer to not have to do that. So use the ones at home. It makes it a lot easier. These are here for your emergency use, and we definitely get that. But let's try to do that the right way. All right. So make sure I covered everything. Okay. Yeah, I got everything. All right. So let's talk about classes this week. Super exciting, guys. Mixing the classes, so we're doing virtual and non-virtual, is another teaching challenge which my staff and I are embracing. We love these challenges, guys. Being a great martial arts instructor requires some really significant skills. One in particular is you got to make sure you give some attention with specific praise and specific directions to every student in the class 3 times. Okay, it used to be we had the rules of 3. You had to make eye contact 3 times. You have to make appropriate touch. Not doing that anymore. 3 times. And you got to say something specific and use their name 3 times. It's really always been a struggle. If you try to do it 3 times with every student, you're going to get everybody at least once. But now our attention's focused. Part of the time it's on TV. Part of the time it's on the students that are live, and we have to shift back and forth. And so it's a challenge that we welcome, because any challenge helps make us better, right? All right, so the class this week, though, we're working on your forms and earning your red tips. This is week 10, okay, and it is polish week. So we're gonna really polish material and get it really good. We're hoping to see those of you that are working on your form at home, we're hoping to see you here doing them brilliantly, because you've been following along with the videos that we provided for you. If you're not doing them brilliantly, that's okay. We still got some time, okay? All right, and so we're gonna be working your forms. You can go ahead and earn your red tip. At the end of class on Monday and Tuesday, we're doing your favorite master says or sensei says, depending on who's teaching the class. Latter part of the week, we're actually gonna try to do a little ground fighting, doing some sprawl drills and some ground kick and recovery. And then we're also playing one of my favorite games, Rotten Egg, which is I call out a technique or a series of techniques, and then I say go. You guys have to do the technique. Whoever's last has to do 2 jumping jacks. So we're working on that sense of urgency, getting that reality speed down, because in the real world you can't be slow. There's no second place, hey, you got a silver medal. There's either first place or dead. And so we need to make sure that you're working on that speed. So some really great classes this week, guys. Really looking forward to seeing all of you back here. If you're not comfortable, don't come, guys. Jump on the virtual class. That's what they're for. As far as we know, and as far as we've discussed it, we're going to do them indefinitely, because I think this is the new thing. And I'm hoping my friend Paul Halliburton, who's in Canada, jumps into class. Makes it easy on him. I've got Elizabeth Freeman, who moved to Indiana. I'd love to see her jump in class. We got a couple others. Sophia Hackman, her family moved to Sarasota. It makes it a lot easier on her to jump in and do the virtual classes too. And we can virtually test as well. We've already done it with the beginners, and we can definitely do it with intermediates and advanced and red seniors, and even black belts, Lizzie, because Lizzie's getting ready for her black belt. We'd love to be that school that gets her black belt. So, all right, guys, I am super excited. I've got quite a bit to do. My staff and I are scrambling the rest of the day to make sure we're prepped and ready for you guys, but we're super excited to see this moving onward. We do ask that you do be respectful and wear a mask when you come. If you don't have one, we do have the KN95 ones for sale. I think we're doing them for like $7 or something like that, $5, something like that. Don't quote me. You have to ask Ms. Chevis. But definitely, guys, remember, it's not because we don't want you to get sick, which we don't. We don't want anyone to get sick. And if you're asymptomatic and you're carrying it and you don't know that, you can give it to somebody else who could give it to somebody else who could give it to somebody else. So let's wear the mask. It's just respectful. And it's funny because when you go to Japan, people wear masks if they just have the sniffles. And it's not because they don't want to catch something, it's because they don't want anyone else to catch it. It's just out of respect, okay? So, all right, we'll see you guys soon. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Guys, I'll give you all the information that I possibly can. I think I covered everything. But any questions, I'll be glad to answer too. All right, see you soon.